Dear
know.
diary, I saw Reginald in the garden again today. He made those eyes at me. I do not know what he wants, for I am just a simple British woman living in the 1800s. But I know this: my heart goes out to him, as I'm sure he does mine.
So basically, we will be introducing games maybe, hopefully once a week if we have the time, but maybe once a fortnight. Just cheap games, you know? And Team Fortress 2 is a great place to start since it's a free-to-play game that's available on Steam. And, you know, everybody's heard of it. If you have a PC and you play games, you've probably heard of Team Fortress 2.
Even if you live under a rock, you've heard of Team Fortress 2.
So basically, Team Fortress 2 is it's a class-based multiplayer shooter.
Team Fortress 2 was released in October 2007 by Valve. However, in 2011, Valve made the game free to play, meaning that the entire economy of the game is now based on microtransactions. But the upside to this is the fact that anyone can download the game, the only prerequisite being that they need Steam on the computer.
And I love hats.
Okay, so hats. I think hats have become the worldwide joke, and that's pretty much what the game revolves around.
I think
From
game
what I've gathered.
doesn't revolve around hats.
No,
Because,
let's not beat around bush here.
let's face
It
it,
is- it is
I would
hats.
play that
It's
game.
hats.
It is hats.
If every character was hats, I would play that.
I would play a hat character, yeah.
Yeah?
Just bowler versus top.
Yeah. But, so-
Fedora versus sombrero.
all of those hats are in the game, though, so it's not a joke. This
No.
game is hats. It
It's-
lives and breeds hats.
It's
Yes,
a solid hat simulator. If it's a hat, it's in the game.
So basically, I mean, this game is free, and you'll have a lot of fun with it. I've sunk over 100 hours in this game since I got it, and it's just brilliant. I was one of the suckers who paid for it when it first came out. My God.
Yeah, not me. Came in after that.
'Cause
I
you-
I paid for it, but unlike Josh, I'm not resentful about it. I scored a free hat from that. So joke's on you, Josh. Joke's on you.
But yeah, so basically anyone can get in and just start playing. The microtransactions, they don't actually give anyone a particular edge. They just allow you to buy different weapons, and it's one of the good things that Valve have done with this game. Every weapon that you buy for every class, each one has its own pros and cons, which gives it it's choosing the right loadout for the right situation is very important, because having weapons that just lower your attributes so much that just makes you a target. So it's all about finding that balance.
So, what sort of classes do we have in the game?
So basically, they're split into there's I think 9 classes.
Yeah.
About that. 9 classes. They're split into offensive classes, defensive classes, and support. So it's one of those things, you tend to find that one, like Andy loves Pyro, you tend to find that one class that you sort of gravitate to a bit more because you enjoy playing it. I mean, Scout is my least played class, but I've actually been playing it more the last couple of days and loving it. So the game makes it fun to play each different class as well. And it does, like I was saying before about the balance, I mean, it's good that a scout will not always, a scout will not beat, like a pyro in a straight up fight, because pyros will just light you on fire, then run away giggling.
Pretty much, yeah.
And yeah, so there's enough balance between the classes that you don't feel like you're underpowered.
Well, I started what, like a week ago, and I've stuck to the heavy, and I don't know if it's the same for the other classes, but heavy's very easy to play, and it's made getting into the game very, very easy and very fun, because I don't know if it's just how good I am at the game, but I got a lot of kills, a lot of points, and it made it really fun. It was just so easy to get into. It's really accessible in the balance.
I think one of the major drawing points for TF2 is the fact that, unlike other multiplayer games, every single class in this game not only plays distinctly different, but has their own unique personality. So I think a lot of people get drawn in via the personalities of some of the characters alone.
Yeah, I mean, and touching on that, I mean, the graphics of the game, they're not, by no means is it, Skyrim or, Battlefield 3. It doesn't have that kind of polished edge, but using the Source engine and the cartoonish feel and, the characterization of each of the classes is just, it gives it gives the universe that little bit more, you know, and it's a simple red versus blue sort of gameplay. I mean, that's the only two teams, just red versus blue. So it's good that each of those classes has that personality.
Oh, and you must note that blue it's not spelled with an E, it's spelled with a B-L-U, because that just makes it so much more simple. Yeah.
And that's an important feature.
E's are for chumps.
It's simple. It's a simple game.
Chumps and rich people.
Yeah. Well, it's free to play and it's on Steam, so I mean, is it worth your time?
Yeah. I mean, look, it's hard to argue with free.
The key word there is free. If you are looking for free, you found free. Ain't nothing freer than free.
This game is so free.
It's so free that you will never wear cotton polyester blends again.
But no, I'd say it's worth it. Just straight up worth it.
Yeah, I mean, it's even, and you know, a lot of the time you will find yourself, I mean, it's worth, even if you want to pump a bit of money into the game. I mean, the store that they have there, it's very easy. Everything in the game is extremely user-friendly. I mean, if you're not even confident, like, learning the game yourself, you can actually, Valve, very cleverly, they have a mentoring program. Yeah, where other people can coach you in TF2.
Just point out, we're not sponsored by Valve or anything here. I mean, we genuinely enjoy the game.
Hey, Valve has a lot of that internet's money. I'm pretty sure Gabe Newell can hand over some.
That they do, yeah.
That internet's money.
Oh, yeah.
There's plenty of money on the internet.
What I love about the game, though, is the fact that even though there's a very large emphasis on microtransactions, it's not a pay-to-win game. Weapons, you know, have their pros and their cons, but overall, weapons, they help you play the way you want to play. But there's always a drawback to every single weapon, as there's a positive. So the game is still fairly balanced when all things are considered.
There's no reason you shouldn't download it right now.